Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Maya. Welcome to the second series of Behind the Rhymes.
The mountain we all climb. Words. Alienating, misplaced, shell-shocked, disgraced, sleepwalking, wandering, aimless, meandering, not understood, seeking familiarity, alone, no clarity, not unreasonable, adjusting, lacks taste, mistrusting, numb, misplaced, unseasoned, disgraced.
How did these words come about, Andrew?
Um, I sat down one day and just wrote a whole load of words um, of things that I was feeling at the time, and it was a long list, and I just decided to put it into short form poem. Um, I think I felt all this at the same time.
These words sound like notes from a therapy session.
I've been through counselling 4 times now in the last 6, 7 years. Um, these are not from a counselling session as such. There, although as you know, as anybody who's been through counselling will tell you, the work is done away from counselling. Usually, that's done session to session, but perhaps this was after maybe a break after counselling, where I just sat down and wrote these things as a way of processing. Quite often, when I went to counselling, I would take a poem in. So normally, when you go to counselling, you're asked to keep a journal of your thoughts. I would just take a poem in that I'd written, and I'd start that therapy session reading the poem out.
The only word that is used twice in the poem is disgraced. Why? The poem also ends with disgraced. What does this feeling mean to you?
It's an interesting word to use, disgrace, really, because it's how I felt, how I was made to feel, perhaps. It's a bit of a, I don't know, it's a bit of a self-depreciating term, I would say. Um, Sometimes you are disgraced because of the expectations that other people put upon you, and quite often it's the expectations that you sort of put upon yourself. How do you understand the word disgrace? How would you apply that?
Precisely as you said, self-depreciating, and that's why it stood out. You have used it in other poems as well, but here, for example, in this one, there are many words, but only disgraced is being used twice. So that's why I'm asking you how you felt about the use of this word.
And have you ever felt disgraced?
I have to say no.
Never.
No, it doesn't stand out. I rarely use the word disgraced in my vocabulary. I think it's a very harsh word, even whether you're judging other people or yourself. It's a very, very strong term.
Well, since this, I've learned the meaning of being kind to yourself, as in the poem that I wrote, which is in series one, Be Kind. I learnt that along the way, but at this point, when I wrote this poem, that wasn't something I was thinking of, and I wasn't being kind to myself. And it's interesting sometimes to read these poems from certain parts of my recent life and then viewing them through where I am at now. And I'm not sure I would use the word disgrace so much now, but that's certainly how I felt at the time. I mean, these are all, I don't know, these are all self depreciating words, a lot of them. And I don't know, I felt numb. I don't know if anybody else would understand that. I guess there are people that would, that sometimes you numb yourself just to protect yourself.
Has poetry helped you grow as a person?
it's given me an outlet. These things, these words, these thoughts, they're just going to sit inside my head if not. And they do a lot of damage bouncing around in there. And I think I write these things down. And sometimes I will look back at these poems and not recognize my work there. I've come that far on from that moment that I actually can't believe that I wrote the words that I wrote. Um, but it is a form of therapy for me. I don't attend counselling anymore, but this is a self counselling. I still write now, and I still write thoughts and experiences now as a way of channeling some negative thoughts, positive thoughts.
That sounds like a promise of series 3 and series 4.
Let's finish series 2 first.
Would you like to read the poem again, please?
Words: alienating, misplaced, shell shocked, disgraced, sleepwalking, wandering, aimless, meandering, not understood, seeking familiarity, alone, no clarity, not unreasonable, unjusting, lacks taste, mistrusting, numb, misplaced, unseasoned, disgraced. You have been listening to Behind the Rhymes, the mountain we all climb, with me, Andrew.
And me, Maja. If you like this podcast, look out for more on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Breaker,
Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify.